Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Huskers in Enemy Territory. Today, I was going to talk about the Minnesota Vikings versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I believe they play the first week, September 9th, 2021, in Cincinnati. Um, I had been talking a lot about the Cornhuskers, so I wanted to switch it up a bit and talk about the Vikings. So, my first thoughts on the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings was that the Cincinnati Bengals have signed a few guys, and I kind of pulled it up here on the computer. And the first guy of note was Trey Hendrickson. I want to say, hopefully, that's how you say it. Um, for a 4 year, $60 million contract. He played for the Saints last year, and he did all right. He got 13 and a half sacks last year as a full time starter, and the Bengals are kind of hoping that he'll be able to take the spot for Carl Lawson, which I'm not sure how many sacks he had last year, but he was pretty decent for the Bengals last year too. And they were really trying hard to sign him, but I believe Carl Lawson went to the Jets. They got another guy named Chad Obi Azue. I've never heard of this guy. He's a cornerback. Um, Looks like he was on the team last year, but they just re-signed him. They also signed a guy named Mike Hilton to a pretty good deal. He played for the Steelers last year. The other notable signing was Riley Reef, and he came from the Vikings, and all the Vikings fans know him from how he played for us last year, and I believe he played for the Vikings for 3 years. It was unfortunate to see Riley Reef leave or whatever, but he was technically cut, and we replaced him with Christian Darrisaw, which, in my opinion, hopefully will be able to be the starting left tackle for the Minnesota Vikings for years to come. Hopefully, 10 years plus. The Cincinnati Bengals also signed Eli Apple, which honestly, like, I'm not sure how much he has left in the tank. We'll have to see kind of where he's at. Maybe he's just coming in to provide some veteran leadership and whatnot for them. Some of the players that I noticed that had left the team was, like I said earlier, Carl Lawson. They lost AJ Green to the Cardinals. And they also lost John Ross, which, in my opinion, John Ross might not be that big of a deal. But, I mean, when you lose AJ Green, that's a pretty big deal, in my opinion, because he had a lot of the kind of leadership qualities that you like to see in a wide receiver or whatever. And I mean, they still have Tyler Boyd and Trey Higgins or T Higgins from last year, but they didn't really. I don't know how much experience. Well, not so much experience, but how much leadership you're going to get out of that group. So the Cincinnati Bengals, they ended up picking Jamar Chase, number one, or not number one, but the fifth pick overall. They did pick up Jackson Carman. You have to wonder if he maybe goes to the right side of the line. They picked up Joseph Osai out of Texas. They got a kicker, Evan McPherson out of Florida. He's supposed to be one of the best kickers in the draft. Another player that I really liked out of for the Cincinnati Bengals was Chris Evans out of Michigan. Kind of round out the draft for them. He seemed like a pretty good player for Michigan, but for whatever reason, Michigan stopped using him last year, and he only had maybe like 100 yards on, or not even 100. It might have been even less, but he only had like 12 carries the whole season last year for whatever reason. I'm not sure what really happened there, but that's one of the things that I noticed. Kind of going into Joe Burrow. He ended up having, let's see, a torn ACL and MCL. So, like in my opinion, like I heard on some of the podcasts that I listened to, it's kind of a good thing that the Vikings are getting Cincinnati on week one. You'd have to wonder how Joe Burrow will be feeling for that first game. Is he going to be, 100%, or is he going to be kind of like in the 85% range for that injury? So hopefully he's not like, fully like top line Joe Burrow, like I think if we were going to meet him in week 12 or whatever, I think that the Bengals might be able to do a little bit of damage to us. But overall, I think with all the improvements that the Vikings have made via free agency and during the draft, with picking Darisaw, Wyatt Davis, Marset for wide receiver, and a few other guys. I think the combination of all that, I think we're going to be able to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Record, or not record prediction, but it will be 1-0, obviously, for the Vikings. But I think what I was trying to get at is the score. Score prediction for that game, I could see Minnesota winning like, I don't know, 27-14 maybe, depending on how good our defense is. A lot of people are thinking that it could be top 10 this coming year, so we'll see how that goes. Obviously, like once we get to watch them do a couple preseason games. I know that you don't get to see all the players play, but it'll be interesting to see how the defense kind of gels. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go 27-14 Minnesota. And I'm kind of looking forward to the Vikings playing in September. I know it's still a few months away, but I mean, NHL hockey is going on, so maybe the next game, the Avalanche play, I'll do a video on them since I haven't really done any videos lately on the Avalanche. So that'll be the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications. Thank you for everyone that has subscribed. And as always, go Big Red and Skull. All right. Appreciate y'all, you guys. Thank you. All right. Bye.